It's Candace again. So I didn't get to finish my video last night on seasoning, on mixes, baking mixes, and other mixes. So I'm going to try to wrap this up on this video. I'm going to go over the rest of the ranch seasoning, onion soup, oatmeal, and another baking mix that I use for tortillas. So anyway, ranch seasoning mix. It is good for making ranch dressing at home. I believe it calls with mayo and some buttermilk, which if you don't have buttermilk, you can make buttermilk by using whole milk and a little bit of lemon juice. And that would make your ranch dressing for your salads at a super fraction of the cost that you normally would pay for one. And then also with ranch seasoning, you can make a dip, putting it in a tub of sour cream, so you have a party dip that you know exactly what's in it. And so ranch seasoning mix is very versatile. A lot of recipes, especially on Pinterest, will call for, like, any crock pot chicken stuff will call for like a ranch packet of seasoning, like the Hidden Valley ranch seasoning packets. So you can use that in place of the Hidden Valley ranch seasoning packets. And again, you know what's in it. This has onion flakes and some Italian seasoning and cornstarch and I think garlic and onion powder. So anyway, that's ranch seasoning. The next one's onion soup mix. A very popular mix for making crock pot meals or baking. This has the dried onion flakes and the yeast flakes, or the, what do they call it, the broth powder seasoning, or broth powder that I make to make chicken broth. And so this is good for sticking in your crock pot again, you know, these seasonings, or making a soup out of it. The next one I want to go over is instant oatmeal. Many times you might find yourself in the store trying to figure out what to make for breakfast, and oatmeal sounds really good. Usually get these packets, and they're a little expensive because, of course, they're individually wrapped, and being that they're prepackaged, a lot of times you don't know what exactly is in them. So I made last night an instant oatmeal mix, and it calls for oatmeal, dry milk, brown sugar, cinnamon, ground clove, and salt. So I can pronounce the ingredients that are in there. It does call for the quick cook oats, so it's not, you know, it's healthier than what you're buying at the store with the little packets, but you know, it's not unprocessed oats. So if you're looking to get away from the unprocessed stuff, there's other there are other recipes out there that don't call for these oats. But anyway, so that's what I made with this, and it only calls for, you know, a half a cup of mix to a half a cup of boiling water, and it'll make you a bowl of oatmeal. Great for the kids on the go, and again, a fraction of the price you normally would pay in the store for the store-bought stuff. The next one is steel cut oats. This isn't really a mix. This is just another version, a healthier version. If you're looking for oats, making oatmeal, all you do is you stick in a cup of this steel cut oats. You can get Bob's Red Mill is a brand that I use, or you can get it in bulk at the health food store, and it's much cheaper, of course, in bulk. And you add a cup of this to 3 cups of water and put it in your crock pot right before you go to bed, and overnight when you wake up in the morning you'll have warm oatmeal. I always like to add a little bit of powdered milk to it so that it's a little creamier, but or you can use like coconut milk instead of water to make it even more creamier. So especially if you're going like a vegan free or whatnot, that's the way to go. So steel cut oats, highly recommend for a healthier, easy, quick breakfast. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is making tortillas. Tortilla mix. I actually need to make this because I'm finding that I'm making tortillas at least once, if not twice a week, and I'm having to constantly measure out the ingredients. So I used up all my oats last night, and I'm out of containers, so I'm going to have to wash, rinse this out, and use this to hold the mix that I'm making temporarily until I can find another plastic container to put it in. I use what I have on hand. So, and the reason why I don't want to continually keep reusing this is because the lard is a grease base, so it will eventually start to, you know, seep through the material. So anyway, so to make tortillas, all you need is 2 cups of flour, or 2.5 cups of flour, or quarter, excuse me. Get my recipe here. 1/3 of a cup of lard, a teaspoon of salt, and then a half a cup of hot water. And for my mix, to make the mix itself, I'm just going to add these 3 ingredients together, and then cut in the lard, and cutting in is basically if you use a pastry tool or a fork, and you take the lard and you cut it in the flour, or mash it in like this until it resembles cornmeal, and then I'll put it in here. Since I will be using a lot of it, that will go quite quickly in that container. But yeah, that's how you make the tortillas, you know, mix, and then you just add hot water. You pull out what you need, add the hot water to it, and it softens the lard, I've found, so it's easier for me to roll out, and the tortillas I find are even thinner when I go to cook them, so and they're easier to fold when I'm you know, making my burritos or whatever recipe calls for that. So anyway, that is the rest of my mixes, so thanks for watching.